We've got Chicago becoming the oldest team in the NHL. That's fun.
They love it. They love this. I mean, they got better. I don't know what Taylor Hall's injury status is, but I mean, like, Teuvo Teravainen's a good player. Tyler Bertuzzi is a really good player. The Patrick Maroon one,
highest paid forwards.
yeah, which, like, hey, there you go, that's fine. Like,
which is funny. It's funny.
Yeah. The one thing I'll say about what they did was, like, they gave Connor Bedard more good NHL players to play hockey with, and if Taylor Hall's healthy at the start of the year, that's helpful too. Plus, you've got the incoming Frank Nazar, who looked really good when he came up. But I gotta tell you, I was floored when I saw them sign Alec Martinez and TJ Brody. TJ Brody was one of the worst defensemen in the National Hockey League last year, and they said, let's give him 2 years.
And it's so funny because a lot of, like, hockey media is, like, pushing, like, oh, TJ Brody, he's shown that he's got the pedigree. Like,
he did
not of late.
Years ago.
Not of late.
6 years ago. He was scratched in the playoffs again. Like, I mean, like, he had a historically bad year to the point where, like, even Toronto media felt bad criticizing him. Like,
which
you know
never
how bad
happens.
You have to play for that to happen?
That might be the first time that's ever happened.
So, okay. And they go out and then they bring in Laurent Brossoit. At least some help for Mrazek. Who's their starter? I don't fucking know at this point.
They're both paid too much.
So I think at the end of the day, when you look at it, you have to think like, hey, we have no intention of making the playoffs this year. What we did do was get marginally better and sign some players that can play with Connor Bedard.
Yeah, but are they pushing also, guys like Nazar out of the lineup? Like,
no.
Like,
Nazar's a center.
I'm okay. Where is he going to be a center? I thought they had plans for him to play wing.
It's going to have to be him.
Huh? Fair enough.
It's going to be one now. He is now.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, here's the thing now. If you want to put him with, like, guys like Teravainen and Bertuzzi too, like, not both of them, but, like, one, if he's playing with them, like, he doesn't necessarily need to be the primary play driver. Like, Bertuzzi can drive offense, Teravainen can drive offense. Again, we'll see what happens with Taylor Hall here, but when he's healthy, he is a fantastic playmaker still. Not the 100-point pedigree everyone thought he might be, but he still drives pretty good offense too. So again, like, that, at least if he's playing with some of those guys on his wings, he's not having to do as much of the heavy lifting as, like, Bedard did last year once Taylor Hall went down.
Yeah. Yeah,
I keep forgetting that Patrick Maroon signing was very funny. Though.
Maroon, Mikheyev, like, it's so weird.
Shout out my boy Craig Smith.
I was just going to say Craig Smith.
one of the hottest dudes in the league, one by one. Love that guy. Yep. And hopefully they give Lucas Reichel full 82 games here. It's time for him to pop off. He's shown a couple of games. He went all the way off. And he's
but again, that's another guy that, like, where is he going to slot in the lineup with, like, if Hall's healthy, then Bertuzzi, then Teravainen, like, Mikheyev, Nazar, like, these guys are getting pushed down. I don't know.
Forgot about the Mikheyev one too.
Yeah.
An interesting player. I don't know how he keeps getting $4 million. Was that a trade?
Yeah.
It was, right? Was that the Beauvillier trade? Lafferty and Mikheyev. Oh no, just for a fourth in 2027. That's a nice piece of business. You don't give a fuck about that pick.
Nope. All right. Well, there's your Chicago Blackhawks. Colorado Avalanche. First,
they're fucked.
Oh, go off. I love that.
Unless they made a move, I believe once they had a couple of guys get healthy, they had like. Unless they made, did I miss something? Because at one point they had like 300,000 in space, and they had like not enough players signed. Everyone's like, what the fuck are we about to do right now? But now it's showing on Cap Friendly they've got 5 sheets in space.
Yeah, but they're still 2 forwards short and 1 defenseman short.
Yes, like, what the fuck is going on? What are they up to these days?
And that's not including Gabriel Landeskog's $7 million.
Oh God, is he gonna play?
I don't know, and not including Nichushkin's 6, which he's not gonna play. That just has to be done. It is very interesting, and contract year for Rantanen, and he's not going to make less. So yeah, I guess it sounds like you think the Middlestat signing was a mistake.
It's crazy that they have 5 NHL defensemen listed on their active roster right now.
Yeah.
No one on IR or LTIR or the Nichushkin path is a defenseman. They have nothing like you know what they should do though? They should bring up my fucking boy, my absolute boy, Jack Ashan. Love him. St. Cloud State boy. They also have Middleton's brother. They can throw.
Gotta bring someone up.
No, like literally, they have to. Sean Barons. Let's see if he plays in the NHL this year. I mean, he might have to. Yeah, they have 5 defensemen roster right now. So
that's tough.
We'll see what happens. But like they, I feel like they might have like hit July 1st, and like given the fact that the Stanley Cup ended 2 days or whatever, 3 or 4 days later, the NHL draft happened, and then like 37 hours later, free agency started. I feel like maybe like today hit, and they're like, oh my God, have you seen our fucking cap sheet lately? Wait, has it been like this the whole time?
No, immediately they're like, wait, I thought we didn't have access to Cap Friendly anymore.
They're like, fuck, I haven't checked. I thought we lost access like a month ago. Like, oh my God, what did we do?
So yeah, Avalanche are in trouble. That's the theme here. I like it.
They also have 1 second-round pick next year, and then a 4th, 5th, 6th. It's like, I mean,
that's tough.
They'll still be fine, though.
Dallas Stars, the final year of the Jamie Benn contract, which is scary that's coming off the books. What other
weird moves?
They got another year of Matt Duchene.
First of all, can we talk? It is outrageously funny that they signed Matt Dumba.
It is very funny.
The season after Pavelski retires.
And they as a replacement for Ryan Suter.
It is poetry. I mean, imagine not being romantic about hockey, you know? I mean, this is unbelievable. Just the weird, like, they got significantly worse on the back end. Like, Dumba, Lyubushkin, they re-up Lundqvist for 1 year. They bring in Brendan Smith, and they have to re-up Harley still. They've got $4.6 million. Harley just went off for the first time this year. They have to give him a legit contract. And, I mean, the moves they make up front, they just re-up Steele, Duchene, and that's it. They bring in DeSmith and net.
Up front, they're fine. Blue line, you're right. Like, the Dumba signing is very weird. I don't get it.
It's when you have limited space to re-up Thomas Harley, who's 22 years old.
You could argue Dumba and or Lyubushkin are like the contract that needs to be reviewed, right?
And Smith. I mean, even 1 million. Like, they had Hakanpää there. They could have just kept him for like 1.5.
Yeah.
So again, like the fact they've now have 4.7 or so left to re-up Harley, either someone's leaving or here giving him like a 1-year bridge. Because, I mean, he just put up, I think he scored like 15 goals this year. 15 goals, 32 assists, 47 points in 79 games. Like, he was a top 4 D-man with them. Like, ideally, you probably would have like found a way to get him locked up long term. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, they may have to rely on a couple of the guys they have. Like Liam Bicksaw, I'm curious to see if he gets his first NHL games this year. It's a giant of a defenseman. Probably would have been better off like having him like just play bottom pair minutes as he's projected to play in the NHL.
Cosgrove. Dumba had to wait over a month to get signed by the Coyotes last year, but Dallas had to get him for $3.75 on day one. And that's by 2. Coyotes got him by 1. I think we got the point, though. The Central has been making some interesting decisions, with the exception of, and we'll skip past the Minnesota Wild. If you want to hear about the Wild, you need to go check out the latest episode of Fellowship of the Rink, episode 20, where Z is the spotlight. And again, subscribe to that podcast if you want to see the Riley Heidt interview next week. Please make it happen. Nashville Predators. Is this the winner of free agent day?
Yeah, I mean, you look at it. I mean, just bringing in Stamkos and Marchessault, hard to beat.
That first line is going to be, assuming that Stamkos plays center, that's a ridiculous first line of him, Forsberg, and Marchessault.
Yeah. The only thing that they did that I was like, why the fuck would you do that, is a Brady Skjei 7x7.
That was a big deal. And so what I said even before I saw the dollars is if they bring in Pesce instead of Skjei, they get a 10 out of 10 perfect grade.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I guess like left shot, right shot thing. Like, but either way, the fact that they could do that and they're still only negative 180,000 in space. Meanwhile, you've got, like you were saying before, the Capitals were negative 13 million.
The Avalanche, who just don't even have a full team.
The Avalanche, like, what do we do? I don't know. And like, it's funny too, because I mean, like, Gus Nyquist making 3.185 put up 70 fucking points last year. Like, that forward core. Oh, I forgot they locked up Novak for 3 more years. They signed him to an extension last year.
What a
He's
player.
been looking so good for them the whole time he's been in the NHL. He fucking rules. Yeah, no, they got significantly better, and a team that was a surprise play. Like, they played last year's free agency so well, where they bring in a bunch of guys with legit pedigrees on not crazy dollars a term. They move a couple other guys out, and then they come in this year and they make the playoffs. Like, and then they go out and they significantly get better. Like, I mean, again, like Brady Skjei 7x7 is crazy. He still makes you better right now. Like, and I forgot they re-upped Saros. They didn't trade him. Like, so they're scary.
Good luck trading Askarov now.
That forward core is terrifying.
That's fun. It's very fun.
That'll be fun to play against.
Yeah, no kidding. St. Louis Blues, like, literally nothing to talk about. Let's see. There's something to talk about in Utah, which it feels so weird for the first time saying Utah, but they did things.
I mean, it's hard not to love what they did for the draft, where re-up Bertuzzi, bring in Sergachev, and I might be gone again. Oh, no, I'm back.
You're here.
Marino, like, you got a legit top 4 on defense, like, legit.
You didn't even see Ian Cole.
Yeah, they did. I don't know. Are we allowed to talk about Ian Cole and not shitty like that? I mean, piece of shit forever, but, like, you know, I don't really know.
Joel Quenneville's back. I guess we can talk about Ian Cole. So
anytime he did anything good in a hockey game, I'm like, am I gonna get carved if I say that?
It's crazy. People have like stopped talking about Ian Cole. Like it was like a good like month that everyone hated him, and they hated the girl even more out in Carolina, and now it's like nothing ever happened. It's really weird.
Well, then the big thing was the other thing that couldn't get proven. But
oh yeah, true.
See, it's like it's crazy. Everyone just wipe this up.
No one talks about it. It is really
weird. So we'll move on from that. But he was good in Vancouver, other than like refusing to not score on his own net in the playoffs. That was unbelievable. That run was just.
By the way, hang on. Utah Hockey Club just had their first player inaugurated into the Hockey Hall of Fame. So we need to give them a little dap up. Shea Weber, 2 more years on their LTIR.
It's a really big year. They're off to I don't know how they did it. They haven't played a single game. They have a guy in the Hall of Fame. But anyways, but the guy that Russo mentioned a bunch of times that the Wild probably would be targeting, Kevin Stenlund, they bring him on a 2x2 as well. That's a fucking great signing. So first of all, you've got guys there like Clayton Keller. I mean, what more do we have to say about him? Lawson Krause has become more of the player that like they drafted, like they thought he would be. Again, not the pedigree of player that you thought you were getting. I think he went like 13 overall. But he plays a mean 2-way game and give you like 20 goals, 20 assists every year. And assuming if things don't go well, I think there's about 30 teams in the league that'll want him on their playoff roster. And again, Matthias Michelli stepped into the NHL. He's a top 10 passer in the league. Like he is fucking unbelievable. So you got to love what they've got going on up front. Like year 2 of Cooley.
Year 2 of Cooley, progression for Barrett Hayton. It's
if they sign him, I mean, I think they're and like this past year was his first season of showing like, all right, there's like flashes of the play. I mean, he's never going to be the guy they draft. Like that's not going to happen. But he played a ton with, I think it was Keller and Schmaltz, and they were solid. And again, just the fact that they've got Sergachev, Durzi, Marino, and Cole like as their top 4D.
I didn't realize Keller was only making 7.
Yeah. No, it's not bad at all. And when they sucked, they were talking about trading him. You know what you could get for him?
If they weren't talking about trading him. His dad was talking about trading him.
Him and Paul Marner were at the bar, just like ripping shots. He was like, "Dude, you should use Twitter. You should use." I use Darren Drager, but you should go on the Twitter route and see what goes on there. So they're going to be interesting again. But like they got, I mean, like the back end. My God, they did. I mean, it's the Central, man. I don't know. Like it's a crazy division now.
It is. And we haven't talked about the last team that, as far as I know, didn't really do much besides lose players. Winnipeg. Did I miss anything noteworthy?
I don't think so. They brought in Colin Miller, just again, kind of like a replacement for like a Brendan Dillon. Not really, I guess. But
not really, but yeah.
Kokkonen. Do you fucking respect his name? They bought out Nate Schmidt again.
I was a Kokkonen supporter. I liked him when he was here.
Yeah,
and yeah, absolutely. Poor Nate Schmidt. He'll find somewhere though.
Yeah, but yeah, no, they didn't do anything crazy. I mean, they've got. Let's see, they got to re-up Cole Perfetti, who looked really good in spurts this year.
He's pissed off.
They don't really. Yeah, apparently, I'm sure they don't really care about whether or not they re-up Gustafsson up front. They got to re-up Stanley.
A bunch of guys on 1 years. Oh, boy.
Yeah. And, I mean, we're on Nick Euler's watch.
Oh, man. Please send him to a team that I like. Please.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, nothing crazy for them.
Yep. All right. That ends the Central